Hello and welcome to Martyn Lucas Investors channel. Welcome to the morning show where we have a look at the market forecast. So, is it going to be a rainy day here in the markets? Is it going to be thundery? Are we going to see the markets correct? Or is it going to be a sideways day, a calm day in the markets? Is the S&P 500 going to recover and go sideways? Is Bitcoin going to go sideways? Or are we going to get one of those days that we love the most, where everything goes up and we start making money? That is also possible. Bitcoin making all-time highs. Let's just hope they don't take it away from us. So thank you everyone for tuning in. We are here for the 21st of May to do the market forecast. If you have just tuned in, please do hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't done so already, be part of the first 100,000 subscribers. Something special for the first 100,000. So there we go. Bitcoin did what we said it would do last night. We covered it live at, I think this time was only 1 a.m. Um, the candle close for Bitcoin was very bullish, and into the morning today, we did get Bitcoin pushing as high as $108,000. Very close to all-time highs. That's what we're waiting for. We want to see higher highs on Bitcoin. What else do we need? It was it was at 1.5% away from all-time highs. So if the broader markets move up today, get ready for an all-time high for Bitcoin. That's what we're waiting for. That's what we're hoping for, and that's what seems pretty likely now with the way things are going. We can remove that trend line now. Oh. We are on all-time high watch now on Bitcoin, and we had that very nice daily candle close yesterday, bullish engulfing, back to breakout. So that's why we covered it live. As I said, I would come live if there was anything worth noting, and that was worth noting. That's why we did the additional 2 live streams last night. So thank you for anyone who tuned in to that. Um, we do have XRP as well. Let me bring that on the screen. Nothing's changing for me. Again, it's $2.30 is the level of support. $2.62 is the level we need to break out from. Remember, we failed to break out twice, double top. That's hence why we head down to our level of $2.30. We have bounced off $2.30, but we are slowly coming back towards that level. So keep an eye on that. That is support. If that support breaks, your next support level is around $2. So let's see if Bitcoin moving to all-time highs. If that occurs, then we'll probably see XRP also break $2.62. Remember, Bitcoin dominance is in an uptrend, meaning money is flowing into Bitcoin. Bitcoin's king for the moment until we start getting another sell-off on Bitcoin dominance. That's when you'll see XRP and the altcoin season start again. Bitcoin, in my opinion, it would be nice for it to break all-time highs and head to its next level before we see a major sell-off in Bitcoin dominance. That would be what the preferred outcome would be. But looking at the broader markets as well, we've got a few different bits of information. We've got gold heading back up in times of slight uncertainty. We'll get onto the news in a second. We've got oil heading up 0.5%. It was actually up a lot more this morning. It was up around 2.6%, but that's since sold off. We've got the US markets. So we've got the Nasdaq down 0.4% today, and the S&P 500 down 0.44% today. Coming in for a retest. I'm not too worried about this little sell-off. What is the news of the day? Well, we'll get onto that. First, let's go onto the comment section. Welcome everyone in who is here with us today. We have got Paul Dale was here first. Glad to see you're putting dates on your streams. It makes it so much easier to understand if it's up-to-date news. Paul Dale, thanks for that. But however, you can always see if they're live streams. If it's live, then it's always going to be up-to-date anyway. But yeah, sometimes when there's not a breaking news story, I do put the date on, but you'll always be able to see what's most up to date because it will say it's live, and it'll be live on the channel. Motto A team, good morning. Get the likes in. Better outreach, a stronger alt season. There we go, Motto A team. Thanks for that. Yeah, please do hit the like button. Hi Paul. Hi Motto. Good morning, Mike. Hey all, says Steve. Stephen Lundowski's here saying good morning to everyone. Mike is here. Welcome in, Mike. It's going to be a good day, says Motto A Team. Let's hope so. Morning, Lucasades. Martyn is up and awake. Good morning to you, Martyn. Thank you for tuning in. Good morning, Martyn. How are you feeling today? Getting your rest, I hope. Just woke up, lol. So I will tell you later. I love it. You should do more of those walk and talk so you can multitask. You should do more of those multi-talks so you can multitask. Okay. Alpha, yeah, we do miss the walk and talks. Alpha Spread is wonderful app. Thanks for the suggestion. The app is free with a good UI for increased services. Yes, there we go. That's what Martyn uses, and it's a great software. I have been using as a new aggregator, but Alpha Spread has everything I'm looking for immediately, and I don't have to search around. What's down 6%? Funny things laugh. Hello everyone in the chat. I bounced off resistance. Good morning, everybody. Sensei gets a Man United top for your Sensei gets a Man United top for the final tonight. I don't even know what the final is. What? What's the game? I don't know. Man, final of what? Oh, the Europa League. Oh, interesting. Maybe I should get a Tottenham top. How about that, Robbie C? Good morning. I got my 6-month badge. Oh, congratulations, Patrick Black. That's a big achievement. Thank you for supporting the show. Motto, I'll be using Alpha Spread a lot today as a review day all day. Oh, we've got members review day. Brilliant. Thoughts on Pony AI? Please sensei, if you do a super chat, we can look at the charts. Always a good day, just how we look at it, Mike. SBC bringing off $4 support. Did anyone guess your age? No, no one got it right. We're not going to play that game anymore. Here's the news of today. Oil prices, as you saw, were up 2.5%. Now they're down only at 1% or 0.5%. Oil prices surge on Middle East tension. CNN reports that Israel may be preparing a strike on Iranian nuclear facilities. As a result, oil prices are spiking. US stock futures are sliding. And both the dollar and treasuries are down. Well, we all hope that doesn't happen. GOP tax cut gridlock. House Republicans all can't agree on the state and local tax SALT deduction. Trump frustrated over demands to raise the cap. Until there's a consensus, the tax bill remains stuck. So obviously Donald Trump's not going to be too happy about that. Let's see if that goes through. We've got UK inflation shocks the markets. Inflation in the UK just hit a 1-year high, much worse than forecasted. Investors are now slashing expectations for Bank of England rate cuts. UK bonds drop, the pound rallies. There we go. Inflation shock in the UK. FTSE 100, I imagine, isn't reacting too well to that news. No, it's not too shocked by that news. Here's the news for the UK. Inflation highest since January of 2025. So there we go. Oh, don't know what I just did. So yeah, there we go. That's the news on the UK. Nvidia CEO slams US China AI strategy. Jensen Hong says US export restrictions on AI chips are falling and warns that Huawei could win the AI race if the White House doesn't lower trade barriers. Ooh. Nvidia is picking a fight with the White House. Let's see what its stock price is doing today. NVDA. NVDA is down 0.77%. We've hit our first target. Remember, bought at 95, sold at 132 as our first target. So there we go. Bond vigilantes are bank traders are bracing for a surge in long-term Treasury yields. Why? Ballooning US debt, Trump's tax cuts, and fears that the bond market might rebel. Wondering what bond vigilantes are? Stay tuned. We'll explain. Bond bonus insights is Banaf accord coming. The dollar is sliding again, and speculation is growing that the US may quietly be pushing for a weaker greenback at the upcoming G7 finance summit in Banff, Alberta. Trump and Treasury Secretary Bessent deny any coordinated plan, but traders aren't convinced. Even whispers of currency manipulation could shake the global foreign exchange markets. So we've got Wolf Speed down 55% on bankruptcy fears. Toll Brothers are up 5.9% on strong earnings. Palo Alto Networks are down 4.4% on weak guidance. Take Two Interactive dips 3.9%, announcing $1 billion stock offering. Baidu up 1.5% on revenue beats. Medtronic may spin off its diabetes business. Watch out for earnings from TJX, Loews, Target, Snowflake, and Zoom. Have you guys booked in your earnings? There is some for today. Debt, global markets debt flood in Europe. European debt issuance just smashed through 1 trillion, the fastest pace ever. Corporates are racing to raise cash before volatility returns. This comes after a brief freeze caused by US tariffs. US stocks are lagging behind since late 2024. The S&P 500 has underperformed versus other developed markets. The issue, slowing US earnings growth. So the S&P 500 has been underperforming since late 2024. Other developed markets, UK, Europe, all those sorts of stuff, gold, it's been underperforming. And despite this, the S&P 500 is still priced at a 22 times forwards earning, well above its historical average. Are investors too optimistic? We will see. We'll get Martyn's thoughts on that. Investors insight. We feel the market valuation seems more confident than corporate rhetoric, and something has to give. That's Keith Bullinchin Goldbat Investments. Um, we've got a cyber attack fallout. Marks and Spencers reports a $403 million profit hit after cyber attack disrupts sales, reminding us that cybersecurity risks are still very real in big retail. Remember that story from Marks and Spencers. They're reporting a $403 million hit because of that cyber attack. Those are the main news stories for today. If you have any chart requests, let me know. You can do a super chat. You can do. We can answer some of the members' ones. Just let me know what you want me to have a look at. We will be sending you over to Martyn in just under in about 40 minutes. So get ready for that. I'm just going to have a quick look at the general markets. We've got gold moving up 0.5%. We've got some stock markets. Tesla's up 0.5% in the pre-market. SVC is up 0.5% in the pre-market. It's actually had quite a bad day yesterday. As I've been saying, I always say take profits on the way up. Again, not financial advice, but that's what I do. I told you what I do. I told you I sold at $4.50. I told you I sold at $5.91. It doesn't just go up forever, in my opinion, and that's why you always have to be very cautious with these high risk investments, especially when they're short squeezing. It gets very volatile very quickly. SPC from its highs, as I said, these short squeezes don't go on forever. Is down 40%. So be careful with that. I'm sure it can have another swing towards the upside. There is a gap to be filled at $3.50 as well, so that might be an area to reload on SBCE. Again, not financial advice. Google is up 0.5% this morning. Tilray is sort of in an SBC pre short squeeze territory. Tilray has been absolutely um, slammed towards the downside. I mean, it is down bad, and it's trying to find at least a short-term bottom. Just like we were looking with space, there is a potential that Tilray also has something similar occur. Well, when a structure as simple as a downward sloping parallel channel turns into a bottom, and you start seeing Tilray go up. So I would keep an eye on Tilray. Again, it's not financial advice, it's very risky. Tilray's market cap is now quite low as well, under 500 million, but it does give way to sudden surges in price. So I'm going to keep an eye on Tilray. I might open an options position on Tilray, just because it's at a very low valuation, and this can this can really head towards the upside just on a bit of good news or on some technicals or if a big buyer comes in. So my eyes are on Tilray at the moment. I don't think it's a great long-term company. Um, it can be, but it's really lagging behind. No regulations yet, much slower than expected. But that doesn't mean an investor won't come in and buy a large amount at these very low valuations at 45 cents. So eyes on Tilray, eyes on Tilray. Coinbase is holding support at two. When does oh yeah, Coinbase must be in the S&P 500 now. I think it was on Monday it joined. So there we go. It's holding levels, even though it's in the S&P 500 now. $261 dollars it is at. MicroStrategy is holding also $400, so that's good news. Remember the double bottom on MicroStrategy. It looks like it wants to break levels and start heading towards 474 and $539. I do see those happening if Bitcoin hits all-time highs, but perfect structure here on the double bottom for MicroStrategy. Coca-Cola, nothing too exciting. AMC bounced in April from its $2.42 from its previous all-time lows, and that's been going well for AMC. Um, J&J, not the most exciting stock in the world. However, it does over time perform well, and it's held its $144 level. So I'm going to get ready for levels such as 162. Let's see if anything else is moving big today. We've got Archer. We covered you the story yesterday before anyone else. Archer, a big concerns around Archer. A short selling company has come in and revealed some um, information. So do go back and watch that video on Archer. That's down 3% pre-market as well, dropping back below support. Remember, I said I'll be looking around $7 for an Archer position. Anything else? Nothing on this market. The S&P 500 is rebounding slightly. Going on to the crypto markets. If you have just tuned in with us, please do hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't done so already. Let's see if we can get 100 likes. Biggest gainers, Uniswap. Monero's just been slowly but surely just heading up. What an amazing run Monero has been on. Again, one of those original coins, a privacy coin, a perfect um, coin that's just been silently going up. I mean, in the last month or so, over a month, it's up 100%, and it's just been slowly but surely climbing. So Monero is looking quite nice. Chainlink is up 1.6% today. Aptom is up 1.5%. Songbird's up 1.5%. ADA is holding that support, the critical support, 75 cents. Ethereum, remember, it's got rejected from that level of resistance. Keeping an eye on that. Um, well, biggest loser is Sologenic, down 3.5% as well. Okay, we'll go on to your questions now. That was a broad look of the markets. Let's just go back to Bitcoin. Remember, Bitcoin is created its highest price ever since January, the highest daily candle close ever, highest weekly candle close ever. Hits $108,000 this morning. Let's see if we can. That was about 1.5% away from all-time highs. So we'll keep an eye on Bitcoin today. Um, we've said, where were we at to? Good morning, Sensei. ZBC and at support right now also hit 0.0021. ZBCN USD. Yeah, it's holding support, and it's been heading up. So yeah, ZBCN looks like it wants to go to 0.00235 next. Um, Hi, Brian. Good morning, Chris. Patrick G. Alpha. Good morning, Patrick. Listen, Steven saying good morning to everyone. Can you please look at SRM Entertainment? SRM. You've just got your 6-month badge, so let's do it. SRM Entertainment. SRM Entertainment. Oh, not the best looking charts. I mean, you don't really have too much data on this, and all it's been doing is going lower highs, lower lows. So that's all you can assume for this stock at the moment. Market cap is 7 million. Look, I'm just not going to comment on this. The market cap 7 million. You just need to look at the financials. The technicals. I mean, there's nothing with a $7 million market cap. Someone could just buy it in a second. So um, Martyn can come and buy the stock and be a major shareholder. Do you know what I mean? It's not based on technicals. A chart like this. If you start breaking down of this downtrend, it means more people are buying it. So you might have a bottom in place at 27 cents. But the market cap is the lowest I've ever seen. $7 million market cap. So you just need to look at the fundamentals and see if you want to position. Remember, it's a very, 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 very low market cap. Um, just looking at the website. Bringing iconic brands to life. Yeah. Very low market cap. Be careful. Look at the fundamentals rather than the charts for this one. It is in a downtrend. It seems to be trying to find some support, but anything can happen with a small purchase. Can you buy M&S? Um, uh, M&S. What's their tickable marks? M&S. Trying to find MKS ticker symbol. I'm trying to find it. Yeah, Marks and Spencer's doing fine. Here we go. Back in an uptrend. Double bottom, heading up. Yeah, 575p next, or 732 pence. It's in a nice uptrend. Nothing too wrong with Marks and Spencer's at the moment. Sensei, what do you think of Zaka Rector market cap calculate? Brian, do consider becoming a member and we can start answering more of your questions. There's the membership link. This isn't an ordinary cyber attack, this is the M&S cyber attack. Can you look at the ASML, please? Can you look at ASML, please? ASML. 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 Yeah. Nothing too significant. Still in an uptrend. It nearly hit the support at $564. I'd say get ready for don't know what that is. Get ready for $902 or just below $875. That will be the next target for me on ASML. Funny things laugh. If you want a request, you can do a super chat or you can become a member. A lot of things going on. Close your eyes and pick a stock. What do you think about what's a good buy for CRO? Again, Jerry, I'm not going to give any financial advice. In my views, buys are at levels of support, so I can give you levels of support, but everyone's situation is different. Everyone buys at different levels, what's right for them. For me, CRO is at a very low valuation at the moment. I do see a $1 CRO, so 9 cents looking long term isn't a terrible place to start buying in. For a more strategic place, I'll be looking at around 8 cents and 7 cents. There's no guarantee those will come, but if they do, I'll be buying there. Worst case scenario in a recession, 5 cents, stuff like that. But we are at a historically low valuation for CRO, especially in the previous bull cycles we've seen. So CRO, I would be happy to buy around these levels. I would keep some money aside in case we do have those larger corrections. But all eyes are on Bitcoin at the moment. If Bitcoin makes that higher high, then I'll be more confident to buy these altcoins. Vodafone has done well since earnings. Thank you, Jerry. If Coinbase wins over Ripple for Circle, can we expect a large pullback on XRP? No, we won't. It doesn't really have that big of an effect. Morning Sensei, please can I have your view on SXT, please?
Brian Alessandro has become a member.
Oh, thanks for becoming a member. Let's have a look at, what did you ask for? SXT. 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 We're doing Members Day today, answering all members' requests. Martyn's going to be doing members chart members fundamental requests as well. I'm getting ready for that by doing a members get to ask chart requests for this show as well with no super chat needed. SXT. Which one are we looking at here? I think we'll be looking at SXT. Polinskin, you need to tell me which one. There's one. I don't think they're the same one. Are we looking at? Just let me know if this is the right one. $94. Currently sat at $94. Is this the correct ticker symbol for the right one? Just let me know. Senstin Technologies Corporation. If it is, just let me know. We'll come back to it. Marks and Spencers. How about Virgin Galactic? Yeah, we looked at Virgin Galactic just a little bit early on. Thoughts on GRRR? GRRR. Let's have a look. Gorilla. Gorilla is, yeah, nothing brilliant going on with Gorilla. I would imagine it's going down to $13. I'd be very careful. If you lose $13, then $2 is a level it can come back down to. So I'll be cautious with my Gorilla holdings. I'll be ready for $13, and I'll be cautious. I wouldn't have a major position GRR unless my risk tolerance was really high, because this stock is very volatile. The market cap is pretty low, $320 million, and I would see. Oh my God. Eddie Puckett has gifted 10 memberships. Wow. Wow, wow. Claim your memberships. Say thank you to Eddie.
And people are living together.
Thank you, Eddie, for doing that.
Until one day, a young man catches fire. This is Phoenix.
Everybody thank Eddie for your membership. Interact with the chat, hit the like button. You might win one if he does it again. But wow, I think all 10 have already been claimed. What a day to do it on Members Day. We're doing all members chart requests. We're doing the Members Day for the fundamentals. Martyn's going to come on and do that. And Eddie has come on and given away memberships on Members Day. Thank you very much, Eddie. Everyone, make sure to claim these memberships. You have to be liking and you have to be commenting. So if you didn't get one this time, always be prepared, because someone can come in and do that at any time. And the way to claim it is to get to comment, like, and share the stream. So thank you, Eddie. He says enjoy the memberships. Everyone, thank Eddie. Let's celebrate for a second.
You see the truth behind the veil, and you know that they're just looking for attention. Oh, you don't let the ruthlessness prevail. Oh, it's time now, light your fires for ascension. Like a phoenix, you burst in a fire, burn a thirst and desire. You transform right up in a flash. You
go.
Phoenix, you burst in a fire burn.
What a great day it is. It's Members Day all day today. All your requests, we love it. All your reviews today, thanks to Eddie. There we go. Thank you very much, Eddie, for that. Always be prepared for that occurring, guys. Now we've got Members Day. What is great! What a great day! As it's Members Day all day today. All your reviews today. Thanks to Eddie. Thank you, Eddie, for doing that. Always be prepared. You never know when he's going to do it again. We were just doing some requests, and we had to celebrate that. I won't go back. If you have any other requests, members, let me know. The year is 1991. Birds and people are living together in seemingly perfect harmony until one day a young man catches fire. This is Phoenix. We love it. Send to SXT. Yes, if you want to become a member yourself for Members Day, thank you, Mikey, for doing that.
Mikey, fire emoji, has become a member.
Yeah, you can. I've given you the membership link in the chat. SXT just went live last week in Coinbase. I believe it's backed by Microsoft Tech. So it's a crypto you're talking about, SXT. You're talking about crypto. I was looking at a stock. So yeah, please do SXT, Space and Time. Yeah, it seems to have only IPO'd a few days ago. I don't see it on an exchange with more than 3 days of data. Let's look at Bybit. Like this is what I'm looking at. I'm just seeing if there's any more data for the stock. I'm looking at different exchanges.
MSK donated £5 through a super chat. Big up my lil browski sensei crypto. Top bloke. Show some love.
MSK, what a guy. Thank you very much for your super chat. There we go. We've got MSK in the house. SXT, Tanks Alive. SXT, it does seem like it's only launched a few days ago. So obviously we don't have any technical analysis we can do on it. But what I would suggest is SXT USD. You'd have to look at the fundamentals of this token. I don't know much about it. It can obviously get very volatile. It's in its first few days of trading, 14 cents. Market capitalization is 200 million, not too high. Let's go to their website. Smart contract of K proofs. This is beyond my level of expertise. What we're talking about is space and time network architecture. Space and time is a decentralized replacement for your blockchain, indexing services, database, data warehouse, and API servers, all secured by a sub-second ZK compressor coprocessor for the SQL. There we go. That's what it does. I'm just trying to see if we've got any tokenomics on this. Yeah, I would say do your own research. It's just come out, market cap's low, so yeah, it could have a lot of potential. It can go down. I can't do any chart analysis with 3 candles, so good luck to you. Let us know what you find out about this token. Back to requests. SXT is a new coin called Space and Time. Good project, just launched on most platforms. Yeah, it seems to have launched at the same time at most platforms, which is the only reason I'm saying it's quite a good sign. Normally you see it on one exchange first, then the next, and then the next, and then it goes down. This time it looks like it's launched on all major exchanges at the same time, so that's quite a good sign. Very generous, Eddie. Yes, he can come back and do that at any point. So be ready for that, Eddie. Thank you again. Can we check Nvidia? Norberto, if you're a member, we could check Nvidia. There's the membership link. You're awesome, Eddie. Yes, he is. Like Venus, you burst into fire, burn a thirst and desire. You transform, light it up. In a flash, you spread your wings and you rise from the ashes. There we go. Um, where were we? Good morning, everyone. Hope everyone's having a fantastic Wednesday. Yes, I hope everyone's having a great Wednesday. Let's go XRP. We need to wait for Bitcoin to go first. Thoughts on XDC at 0.07 XDC? XDC USD at 0.07. Yeah, that's where it's at now. Have I looked at this on any other exchange before? Let me check. Let's look on KuCoin for a second. No. Crypto, there we go. XDC at 0.07. I would say it's definitely a level to keep an eye on. Yeah, around these levels, there's levels of support. I mean, if you break these levels, then the much lower targets are in place. So yeah, XDC at these levels is it's sort of about the midpoint. So um, from like highs to lows. So yeah, it's not a horrific spot. If you look at the Fibonacci, look at high to low. It's done a deep retrace. If we do it the other way around. Yeah, XDC, nothing too too important to say. However, it is holding support. I would say the support is around 0.07, just below it. So and it is going sideways for the last few weeks, so it's holding this level. So it does look like it's accumulating at this specific level after that big uptrend, that big FOMO all the way up to 0.14. It's good to see that it's come down and not just continued going down, but found a base. So XTC at these levels is looking good. Top of the morning, Sensei. Can you have a quick look at AZURF? Yes, it's Members Day. We are looking at members' requests. So AZURF. It's on. Yeah, it's on the OTC market. Interesting. The market capitalization is 6.29 million. This is ultra risky, and it can move very, very quickly. The good news is we do actually have a lot of data on the chart. Just the bad news is it's very low market cap, so it doesn't really mean too much. What you've got going on is obviously a downwards trend, lower lows, lower highs. So all you want to see that occurs, that changes. Again, with something so low market cap, okay, you've got a downward sloping wedge, great, you're breaking out, great. You are at low valued areas, you are below your previous all-time low, and it looks like you want to form a base and head out. All brilliant. Not the best, but brilliant. However, the market cap is 6.29 million. One person comes in and buys $1 million of the stock, you start moving, or if someone sells $1 million worth of stock, it really has an effect. So be careful with a stock like that. It's on the over-the-counter market. It's got a $6 million valuation. Technical analysis is not the most important thing at play there. You won't have thousands of traders trading that stock. Hello to all. Good morning, Sensei Smash. RB, welcome into the show. We're going to be sending you over to Martyn in just 10 minutes, so get ready for Members Day. We are starting it off with your requests. What a dono, yes, that was great. Big up my little broski, Sensei Crypto. Thank you, MSK. Give you a like. How do you know if a coin has been considered for a major exchange listing? There's various ways, I assume. I think they announce it on their X's beforehand. Afternoon Sensei Lewandowski, Stephen Lewandowski says MSK. Good morning, RB. Can you check Move Quest MQM? Strange requests today, aren't there? MQT USD. MQT. Yeah, there's no such thing as MQT. I'm looking here. Move Quest. Move Quest. Oh, it's it's not available on TradingView. This is something you would have to look at on a different chart. The reason being is the liquidity will be low, the market cap will be low. It's a new token and it's not on any major exchange, so that's the reason we can't look at that. Do you think the short is over for Virgin Galactic? Well, certainly for now it's over. We'll see if it comes back for another short squeeze, but that's what happened on Friday. It was certainly a short squeeze, in my opinion. But that's why I've been saying you always want to take profits on those short squeeze. I'm not the sort of person that looks at a short squeeze, gets all excited, and say hold, hold, hold. Um, I take my profits. Everyone's there for themselves. In that, and I've got certain levels. I don't just want to dump on the market. I'm still holding a significant portion, but at those levels I said $4.50, I think it was $6. I took some profits, just so I can buy more if it goes lower for the long term, and if it doesn't, then I've already got a holding. So there we go. Look out your window. It's, yeah. Can you see the rain? Really raining outdoors. Don't know if you can see it, but it's a rainy day here in the UK. Not sure if it's a rainy day on the markets. We will get to see that on market open. Any thoughts on Deep Book? I've not heard of it. Deep Book. So crypto, yeah, I haven't heard of it. Deep Book Protocol, I assume is what you're talking about. It's got higher highs, higher lows. So, and it's not been around for too long. So yeah, it's performing well on its ICO. What is the good buy price for UNH? UNH. United Health Group Incorporated. Wow, what a drawdown. So obviously some bad news has come out. Yeah, I would say, I mean, this stock has historically only gone up, and what I mean by that in the long term. So a correction like this definitely presents opportunity. I mean, yeah, I would. This is the 2018 highs. Um, Yeah, I would $284 where it's already hit. Would be a nice area. I would always keep a little bit for 2020 lows. You guys know how much I like to look at 2020 lows. If anything comes down to its 2020 lows, I see a lot of value. This one hasn't come down there. It could do, so get ready for that. However, these levels itself, a massive correction. Only in the last few weeks, it's down 60% on a stock that all it does is go up. That is very tempting. It's just, I mean, there has been instances in the past where, let's say in 2007 to 2008, yeah, it's gone down 75%, but that was the more global market. So yeah, this stock historically only goes up. That's quite a good sign. So yeah, around these levels, my next level, so 285 and 188. Again, not financial advice, but it's obviously a high market cap stock, $291 billion market cap stock, so it doesn't seem to be going anywhere. So there we go. Thanks for that. Can you have a look at SBCE? Sure, we can have a look at SBCE. Again, there won't be much to say about it because we would have already covered it. Let's go over to the daily candles. Remember, downward sloping wedge, caught the bottom, back above $3 was key. $4.50 was the level of resistance, the first take profit zone. $5.85 was the next one. We didn't quite hit the $6.80. What I'll be looking for now, if it's going to continue moving down, would be a close of this gap over here. So $3.50 would be my next target, my next area where I might be loading up just in case we get another short squeeze. So $3.50 is where I can see it going next. It's below its previous resistance. Remember, this is going to be volatile. Make sure you take profits if you need to. Do not put more than you can afford to lose in a stock like this, because just look at the history of the stock. You just see it. It just goes down and down and down and down. We're hoping we've seen an end to that major downtrend. The valuation got very appealing. That's why we started looking at this descending triangle and then this horizontal resistance. That's why we started getting bullish on it. Earnings came out, it short squeezed on Friday, and then we hit a few of our targets that we were expecting. And for now, I think the downtrend might continue into around $3.50. IBRX. Do stick with us, guys. We're going to be taking you over to Martyn in just 5 minutes, so do get ready for that. I wonder if it's been linked already. Let me check. Customization, redirect. No, it's not set up yet, but I'll give you the link as soon as it's set up. RBRX. So pharmaceuticals, fairly low market cap. Um, yeah, this is interesting. Obviously had a massive spike in 2021. I wouldn't be seeing the stock go anywhere near those levels for a while. Remember, these are quicker requests, so if I'm going fast, it's because I want to get us through as many requests as possible. When we normally do the request, when we're doing super chats, we normally spend a little bit more time on it, but I do want to get through a lot of requests. That's why I might be speeding through them. What's interesting about this is there is a underlying higher lows, which is good. You do have bullish divergence, which is also fairly interesting. On the daily and on the 3 days. What do I mean by bullish divergence? It means sell exhaustion, and it's a thing that traders look for. And if enough traders see it, they trade on it, and then everyone trades on it, and then the market goes up. So you've got a lower low, and then on the RSI, you've got a higher high. Which normally signifies an uptrend. So get ready for a move up on RBX. What would I be targeting? Areas such as $4.20, $8, and $10. So yeah, I think it's looking good. It's at a quite low market cap. It's got these higher low structures, and I do see a bullish divergence. So yeah, I would be a bit more bullish than bearish on this stock. And I've given you some targets: $3.40, $4.25, $7.50, potentially as well in the longer term. Let's just do a Fibonacci on this as well, from this high to this low. Yeah, $3.95, $5.20, $6.20, $7.27, $8.72. I'd much prefer to dollar cost average out of a position. Sometimes I dollar cost average into a position. On this one, you might be a bit too late, so you might just be buying at these levels and then dollar cost averaging out at those specific levels. Remember, it's not financial advice; it's just my own thoughts and opinions. Uh, Sensei, I've just joined. I've just joined. Have I joined correctly? Yes, you have, Brian. You've got a badge. You've got your badge, your new badge. So yes, you are a member. You will be part of members only streams, members only days. You'll have priority replies in the comments. So yeah, and you're part of a family. So here we go. I'll give you the membership link for anyone else who wants to become a member. But yes, Brian, you have joined correctly. Trump coin is going to pump tomorrow, Sensei. How would I know? If I knew, I'd be a millionaire. What would be? What is the name of the stock that had solar panels in a mesh for like putting on windows, or maybe in the space industry? Anyone remember? Luna? Was it Luna who did that? LUNR solar panels. I don't know if it was Luna. Yeah, maybe it wasn't Luna. I'm not sure, Mike. Was that the one that wanted a massive one in space, or is that a different one? The year is. What about Tango? ETH predictions this week, Sensei. It all depends on Bitcoin. We're keeping an eye on Bitcoin. It looks like Bitcoin wants to break out to all-time highs. If that happens, Ethereum will break through that big level of resistance we've been looking at. Good morning, James. To become a member, there's the link. Happy birthday to your wife, Zach. Yes, happy birthday to your wife. Oh, we've got the link for Martyn. Inflation up. So that's starting soon. We'll be sending you over to that in just one moment. I wouldn't join any organization that would have me as a member. I wouldn't join it. Okay. Well, in that case, don't worry about it. If we don't want people being put off that you're a member and not joining our memberships because Go Fast with Russ is part of the memberships. I guess that's what you're saying. Okay, one final look before we send you over to Members Day with Martyn. Um, we've got eyes on Bitcoin today. Oh, natural gas. That's what James wants. Natural gas. Do we have the ticker symbol for that? That's the Indian one. Natural gas. There we go. Historic lows that we were looking at. Remember when I think James you requested a while ago, we were looking at all these levels that can come down to, but it's bounced off since then. You are at resistance at $3.447. If we break out, then we might have something similar to 2021 occur. Probably not as big, but you might get another burst up towards the upside, just like you did in March. So keep an eye on $3.40. Let me try and get that exact. $3.46, and that sort of area. Getting back above that will result probably in a few days of upwards action, just like you've previously seen. Right now, it's testing its resistance though, so be careful. The downtrend might continue unless that level's broken. So all eyes on Bitcoin today. Bitcoin hit its highest price in January, the highest daily candle close. We covered it live, so please do make sure you subscribe and you've got your notifications on because we did that at an unusual time. Currently at 106,000. What we want to see with this daily candle is to break. We can see all-time highs break today if the broader markets allow it. So we'll keep an eye on Bitcoin. Get ready for all-time highs on BTC. That can happen today. Once that occurs, then we can start looking at the altcoins, Bitcoin dominance, and see how that's going to flow into the rest of the market. We are also looking at the general markets today, down slightly 0.4% on Nasdaq, 0.43% on the S&P 500. More of a calm day in the markets today. Nothing too exciting in terms of stock movements. And what we will be doing is Members Day. So we did a lot of your requests. What we're going to do now is do your fundamental requests with Martyn. So you've got the link. This stream is going to take you, let me check, directly there. So thank you everyone for tuning in. Yes, this will take you straight there. It's a joke. You don't want to be a member of the Lucas says that's fine, but for us, we love it. Thanks, Sensei. Bell BG, thank you very much. Would you rather be a meme than guess what? Okay, thank you, everyone. Hit the like button on your way out. Go straight over to Martyn's show. There is the link. Send him a message. Get straight there. He's starting in a couple minutes' time. Go there and say, Sensei sent me. Let's do it again. Let's see if we can annoy him a little bit. Go in there and say, Sensei sent. Oh, I'm not showing you. Sensei sent me. I want everyone to do that. Keep copying and pasting that. There is the link is over here. I'll give you the link again in the chat. So you can click on this link, go straight there, or if you stay where you are, in about 30 seconds, it'll take you there automatically. Thank you everyone for tuning in. I'll be back in case any breaking news occurs. If not, every morning, the same time, 2 hours before the closing bell. Look at the time now. This is when we end. We always start an hour before this. Thank you everyone. See you on the next stream. Take care of yourselves and each other.